Delay Howard here with Third Movement. Wanting to make a video talking about the family aspect this is really can say for the whole family in America, but I want to really get into the families in the black community. This is affecting the black community, and this right here, this video is basically to the black community, saying that in the black community, our families are on life support. Our families are dying, and it's dying very slowly. The man has left the home. That was an issue. Everybody talked about how horrible men was when we were leaving the home. But now the women are leaving the home. And the ones that are staying home, they are bruising the kids. They are really doing the kids in a bad way. And then when they become mothers, they got the option now to get rid of the baby. You know, they are really killing these kids at an alarming rate. Abortion is murder. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you twist it. Don't look at this video. Put finger down, thumb down this video. I don't care. Say what you want to say in the what you call it. I'm judgmental. I don't care. I don't care what you say. The truth is, abortion is murder. And if you even taking a part of that's murder. You're murder. But listen, understand that you have a chance to repent in Jesus Christ and turn your life around. Turn away from these abortions. We have to stop turning. We have to put that focus back on abortion in the black community. Now, this is not where I want to. I want to hit on with blacks abortion, but I really didn't want to start right here. But while I'm here, I want to say we have to bring abortion to the awareness in the black community, whether through the church. See, the church has been a staple in the black community for forever. You know, all our politicians was coming out of the church. All the black politicians was coming out of church, whether it was Dr. King, you know, all these things, all these different, you know, people back in the day, they was coming out of the church. The civil rights movement came out of the church, started at the church. So understand that we have to do something about this whole abortion thing, because it's affecting the family. And then you can say, well, is it good for babies to be brought into a world by people that that can't take care of the babies? It's good for babies to be brought into the world. Now, I will say this is what we got to be better, especially in the black church, in the church period, is once a woman decides she don't want that baby and she decides that she's not going to have an abortion, we need to be there to adopt babies. Families, especially good black families, we really need to start adopting babies. But good black couples, you know, this whole selfish thing of well, you know, we're not going to have kids, it's just better me and her. No, adopt kids. Adoption is big. Adoption is needed, especially in the black community. Excuse me. The only way we're going to fix the issues with the black community is number one, we got to get the issues out there, and not just get the issues out there to pound them on people in the black culture. When men were leaving the family, we pounded men, and as well as we should have. But we should have also been looking to restore those men that was leaving the community. There's no more restoration in the black community no more. So let's get back to the family being on life support. There was a poll done that just came out and said that 40% of Americans today. 40% of women in America today are the head of the household, whether it be their husband or man there, and they taking care of them, or whether they, you know, being the only parent there and making all the money. Women, more than ever, at 40% rate, are really taking care of home. Now, if you let's look into that number. The high number is going to be in the black community of women being single parent, or women taking care of the home, is going to be around 70%. Understand that's not a good thing. Understand that we have to look at that. We have to look at that and say, okay, if a family is a mother, father, and a child or children, then you're not in a family if you're just a mother with a couple of kids. You're not in a family. Your family is incomplete. So we need to put the importance back on family. Put the importance back on men being at home, and then put the importance back on men being restored to stay at home. Now we're creeping into a place where now even mothers are leaving. Even mothers of babies are leaving the home, and and kids are being raised by their grandmothers. Are kids being raised by the government. When they get to when a kid get to be raised by his grandma, very rarely does the grandma be in a position where she can raise that kid correctly. Question. I have to question. Okay, if if I raise a child, and that child go out and have a child that she can't take care of, did I do a good job raising that child? So now I didn't do a good job on the first child, the child's mother, but now I have to raise that child, and there's going to be a good chance I'm not going to do a good chance on that one. So these are issues that's going on in the black community, in the family, and it's going on everywhere on a large level, but mainly in the black community. And I'm not doing this video to point fingers. I'm actually doing this video to bring awareness to some of the issues that's coming out, and I'm gonna give answers. The simple way to make men, there's not all men in the black culture are not good men. You can't say every black man in the black culture is no good. But what we can say is the ones that are good, we have to lift a standard on the ones that's not. We have to make it be known that what you're doing is not cool. We got to hold ourselves as men accountable. We are the ones, the good men. After we pick up the slack, then we have to raise the standard. Let them know that this is not going to happen in the black community. I mean, even if we have to, whatever we have to do, we have to let it be known as men that we're not finna have this in the black community. That's one thing we gotta do. We gotta really pick up the slack, and we gotta raise the standard and hold each other accountable. We gotta hold each other accountable in the black culture more than ever. Black women, you have a part to play in this too, to get the family back together. A man, we can say yes that a lot of men are leaving, and less a lot of men need to blame. But let's look at ourselves, women. I'm calling you to look at yourself. If you had about 3 or 4 men leave you, there's something might be going on there. To put the pride aside. I don't care how y'all look at me when I say this, but put the pride aside. Let's look at ourselves. Let's see what we're doing to maybe draw people away from us. Maybe let's look at ourselves and say, okay, what's the role of a black woman? Let's get the roles, and I think this should have been something we should have let off with. But let's get the role of a black man and a black woman back to where it's supposed to be. Let's get that role defined, because it's not the role is not for people to come against each other. That both sides be so strong, both sides be so, for lack of a better word, manly, for both sides to be so dominant in a relationship. Let's get back to the roles. Let's get back to the roles in the relationship. Understand that we've been fed a lot of BS. Everything on TV about black men, everything in the news about black men there's nothing positive. Either you're going to play a gangster, you're going to either play a thug, you're going to rape somebody, you're going to be a jerk, you're going to be stupid, you're going to be evil, you're going to be slow, you're going to be sissified. Like, no, you're not going to be a good black man in TV. So when you look at TV and look at all these reality shows and these dudes being players and they cheating on their woman after woman after, that's not reality. That's not reality in the black culture, but that's what we make in reality in the black culture. If we don't stop and understand that, what they show on TV is not real, because what's happening now is it used to be art imitate life, but now it's life imitate art. That's what reality is. Art imitate life, imitating art. So when people get on TV and act ratchet, guess what? Especially in the black culture, when the black culture get on TV and act ratchet, and we glorify ratchetness, that's all rap music is. It's glorified ratchet, because when you can call a woman out their names, and when a woman can call a man out their names, you're calling each other out their names, and that's being glorified right now. The most ratchet people in the black community are the ones that on TV doing the most ratchet things, you know, and that's what we glorify. A positive black man is not being glorified in the TV right now. And that has to change if we're going to change some of the issues, if we're going to change all of the issues in the black culture, especially with the black family. Because you got to understand that the black man is already getting beat up by the black woman. But before the black man get beat up by the black woman, he's already getting beat up by the people outside his race. You know, the black man is on the bottom when it comes down to finding a job. The black man is on the bottom on a lot of things. A black man can get pulled over just for being in the wrong area. A black man, unless you and you gotta, unless and then that's just the way it is. So understand that, you know, yes, black men need to be majorly restored, but we have to restore them. The black men that ain't no good, we can't throw them away. We can't just sit and say all the time they're no good. At some point, we have to restore them. Listen, the black race won't go on without a black man. The black race will not go on without a black man, and the black race won't go on without a black woman. And the black race won't go on without a black man and a black woman coming together. See, all over YouTube, all over the TV, you're going to find black men and black women hate each other. You can say, you know, black men are starting to hate black women. Black women been hating black men. Y'all been hating us, and we starting to hate y'all, but that's not where it has to be. Man, like I don't understand this. I don't understand this. I mean, how could you hate somebody that had the same skin as you? Let alone having blood in their body, being the same sex, I'm sorry, not same sex, but being the same species. How could we hate each other? I mean, here's the deal. The black family is, I mean, it's hard for me to go out there and see a black couple and kids together. And that's sad. That's sad when you can't see that. You can go out to Walmart and try this. You can go out to Walmart on a Saturday and you'll see a lot of white families together, a lot of Spanish families together. But you won't see that many families in the black culture together. You won't. And it's sad, and it's something that we got to change. And we got to get over this stigma that black men ain't no good. And then get over the stigma that's starting to build that black women ain't no good. We got to get over these stigmas, and we got to get back to loving each other. We have to get back to loving each other, and then get back to rebuilding each other. That's a big word, rebuilding, restoring each other. Those are things that we don't see in the black culture. And I'm going to tell you this, I believe it, I feel like a lot of it is the church fault, simply just because the black church was the pillar in our community for so long. And once the black church took its focus off the family and put its focus on this prosperity gospel, and y'all can always say, well, you always talking about the prosperity gospel, because I'm going to tell you, the prosperity gospel ain't did nothing good for nobody. As a group, it did good for individuals. And most of those individuals was in the leadership in the church. It was a lot of pastors getting suits and cars and nice homes, while members was losing suits and cars and nice homes. So let's get over this prosperity. There's no such thing as easy money, man. That's just the way the system made up. So what we got to do now is use our faith to change lives. That's where it need to be. Jesus said, "Love each other." He said, "Love God and then love each other." And when he said, "Love each other," he was talking about rebuild each other. You know, he was talking about, you know, even if that person wasn't at their best, you know, you love them and by your love, you could have sparked them to being at their best. All I'm saying is, you know, we really need to get back on at this point, a friend basis with each other in the black community. Not so much, I mean, because when we make that statement that there's no good men, or there's no good women in the black culture, then we're going to have a problem. We really have a problem. And this is just one of the first videos, but I really want to spark a conversation. So go over to Facebook / Third Movement, and you know, let us know how you feel about the situation there, or you can hit us up on Twitter, or you can leave a comment. You know, please like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing, and understanding that we're trying to bring a video out to you guys every day and really bring topics that's going to help you spiritually and also attack some of the things that's been going on in the world. So hopefully we can affect the world in a positive manner. But we really want to get a conversation going. Then leave me some comments. Then you know what, we might even try to do a forum with this issue. So the latest hour, I'm Third Movement, and I'm out.